Men keep civilization functioning. They represent around 95% of tradesmen, farmers, transportation technicians, and engineers. Oddly, the independent boss women don't want equal representation in hardworking jobs. They only want equal representation in corporate VP and presidential careers. Society and the media crap on men. Add to this modern-day extreme hypergamy displayed by women and the courts treating men as second-class citizens versus women. Men are checking out. Civilization is on the decline and probably will remain so for a while.
Here's something the media will never tell you about. In America, white men make up 70% of the suicides, even though they only make up 30% of the population. Now, that's a staggering fact, but no one really seems to take notice of it. In fact, men are now completely dropping out of society. Millions are leaving the workforce entirely. We've never seen anything like this. But if you stop and really think about it, none of this should be surprising. I mean, really, why should men work tirelessly just to be fired at any moment because they're not diverse enough? Why should they work 80-hour weeks just to marry a woman with a double-digit body count who can divorce them at any moment and take their kids and money? Why should men even contribute to a society that blames them for literally every single problem? Even young boys are realizing this. Seriously, imagine being in middle school today and your female teacher tells you you're privileged because you're a white boy. How would that make you feel? It all just becomes too much. But society needs men. So as more and more men give up, the system will eventually crash. It's just a matter of time.
Since you women say you don't need men, you can have all of society to yourselves. Don't expect lots of men to be around you, as you will have to be independent. And there's nothing wrong with that. Men are just waking up to realize that it isn't worth it for them anymore. And they're saying, fuck it. One of the reasons why men check out of society is because there is growing, unjustified hostility, disrespect, and depreciation toward men in general. There can and should be criticism where criticism is due, even against a whole gender if it's justified. However, claims like a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle, or hashtags like men not trash and kill all men would be seldom classed as good faith criticism. When a teacher forces the boys in the class to stand up in a line and apologize for the supposed wrongdoings of their gender, when we suggest that the inherent need for rough and tumble play and competitiveness is toxic masculinity, when certain views are not allowed to be criticized on campus and people lose their livelihoods for doing so, when there is a constant claim of patriarchy and male privilege, despite the fact that equality of the sexes is achieved across the modern world, we should suspect that something is well off in our society. If the only message is that men are not needed, broken, bad, or worthless, then men will check out. Take a good look at the media, from Hollywood through the famous talk shows to Twitter hashtags. And tell me that it's not true that for every one appreciative sentiment, there are 10 others, something like the ones I've already stated. I know it's not so popular to say that men have built the world and are basically maintaining it, but it still stands true to the extent that men became obsolete on the individual level. The only reason why women do not personally need a man is because even if they are single, most of their problems will be solved, and most often by men. The only reason why women can spend their youth chasing their careers is because they do not have to stay at home with 5 to 10 kids, of whom 5 will probably die. We only need to wheel out the bin, own a microwave, and buy ready-to-eat meal packs. We don't have to take half a day with the laundry, walk miles to the closest source of drinking water, or throw out the backwater through the window and risk plagues. Electricity is available with a touch of a finger, and if something goes wrong with the plumbing or the wiring, help is only a phone call away. When people show up for the repair, one can guess their sex with very high accuracy. Wild animals and neighboring tribes do not really bother us anymore. I could go on about it forever, but I think you get the picture. Don't get me wrong, in no way, shape or form do I suggest that women are second-class citizens, and that there was or is any contribution on their part whatsoever. None of the achievements above would have been possible without women covering men's asses at the support line. But this doesn't change the fact that 99% of those achievements were actually carried out by men. Men keep civilization functioning. They represent around 95% of tradesmen, farmers, transportation, technicians, and engineers. Oddly, the independent boss women don't want equal representation in hard-working jobs. They only want equal representation in corporate VP and presidential careers. Society and the media crap on men. Add to this modern day extreme hypergamy displayed by women, and the courts treating men as second-class citizens versus women. Men are on the front lines when it comes to maintaining society, even though nothing holds back a woman today from hopping on the garbage truck, learning plumbing, signing a contract for an oil rig, operating heavy machinery, or, in the name of equality, fighting for mandatory service in the military. Women do not need men because men are there to take care of society regardless of the increasing hostility against them, at least for now. The only question is, for how long, and will those women who think men are trash be able to carry on, without all the conformities that our modern society provides? I'm not angry at women. I'm trying to point out that men are not bad, and men do have achievements to be proud of. I also do not think that men deserve special treatment or even a pat on the shoulder. What men definitely do not deserve is to be treated with hostility. I also think that these kinds of sentiments are harmful to the decent majority of women, who may not need a man, but wish to be with one regardless. And if the trend continues at the current pace, there will not be enough decent men available. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers!